Every night, without realizing it, millions of seniors are quietly losing muscle. You might notice it in small ways. Jars feel tighter, stairs feel steeper, or your arms just don't have the strength they used to. While regular movement certainly helps, muscle loss often begins even before you wake up with what you didn't eat the night before. Hi, I'm Dr. Jim Brooks with Senior Wellness Tips. After decades of working with older adults, I've seen a common pattern. Many are doing all the right things, staying active, eating vegetables, even taking supplements, yet their strength keeps fading. What if the real culprit was something simple, something you forgot to put on your plate before bed? In this video, we'll explore 8 underused bedtime foods that help protect your muscles, support deeper sleep, and even ease next day soreness, especially if you're over 60. Let's get into it. Have you ever noticed how some nights your mind won't quiet down? Your legs ache without reason, and sleep feels just out of reach? That was the case for Harold. At 72, he'd always been a light sleeper, but lately silence had turned into a kind of tension, an uneasy restlessness. His doctor ran the usual tests, finding nothing serious, simply attributing it to just aging. But Harold didn't want to settle for that. One evening, visiting his granddaughter, he noticed her cutting up a small, fuzzy green fruit for her toddler. Kiwi, she said. It helps him sleep better. Curious, Harold tried one. What he didn't realize was that he was tasting more than just a sweet tart treat. He was taking in a natural dose of serotonin's raw material, tryptophan, along with antioxidants and electrolytes his body had quietly been craving. Science now shows that kiwi isn't just a snack, it's a sleep ally. A single fruit delivers a gentle nudge of serotonin and tryptophan, helping older brains ease into rest. Unlike warm milk or supplements, kiwi also helps your muscles stay calm through the night. Its magnesium and potassium content may quietly reduce those sudden cramps that strike without warning, especially in seniors with low mineral reserves. Harold didn't make any dramatic changes, just one kiwi about an hour before bed. Within days, his nights began to shift. He experienced fewer cramps, deeper rest, and a quieter kind of comfort he hadn't felt in years. But kiwi doesn't stop there. Its vitamin C, more abundant than in an orange, helps guard aging muscles and immune cells against oxidative stress, the invisible force that slows healing, stiffens joints, and leaves us feeling more tired than we should. With its natural form of vitamin K, fiber, and rare antioxidants like lutein and zeaxanthin, kiwi even supports vascular health while you sleep, acting like a quiet housekeeper, tidying up your bloodstream before the day begins again. Of course, it's not a cure-all. Those on medications like warfarin or SSRIs should always check with their doctor before adding new foods, especially those rich in serotonin precursors or vitamin K. If you're sensitive, you can start without the peel, though eating it does provide 50% more fiber. But sometimes, the biggest changes come from the smallest, easiest steps, ones you might overlook in your own kitchen. Harold never became a fruit fanatic. He just made one small choice that helped his nights feel like his own again. If you found Harold's story helpful, please give this video a like. It really helps us reach more people like you. Nora, a retired librarian in her early 70s, used to glide up the stairs after dinner. These days, she finds herself pausing halfway, legs heavier, breath a little shorter. Her doctor says everything looks fine, but Nora knows something's changed. It's called anabolic resistance, the quiet decline in your body's ability to use protein for muscle repair as you age. This starts earlier than you think. Well, what if there were a way to gently push back? Not with exercise, not with pills, just with something already in your kitchen? Consider hard-boiled eggs. No sparkle, no hype, just a familiar shell with a secret inside. 6 grams of high-quality, complete protein rich in leucine. As we've discussed before, leucine is the amino acid that signals your muscles it's time to rebuild. It activates them, switching on the repair process your body often forgets to start as you age. Timing matters. A 2021 study published in Nutrients tracked adults over 60 who ate whole eggs at night. After 12 weeks, they had preserved 19% more muscle than those who didn't without changing their routines. Their levels of IGF-1, a natural growth hormone, rose, indicating deeper tissue repair, reduced soreness, and a better chance at waking up strong. Nora started having one hard-boiled egg before bed. Within a month, she wasn't gripping the handrail as tightly. The stairs felt shorter again, and mornings felt lighter. Eggs are humble but efficient. They don't need prep or an appetite. Just peel and eat. Add a sprinkle of turmeric for inflammation and a touch of black pepper to help absorb it. Or pair it with a sliver of avocado for healthy fats that keep you full through the night without spiking blood sugar or disturbing sleep. You don't need a plate or even a fork. 1 or 2 eggs, 30 minutes before bed. That's it. No bloating. No blood sugar roller coaster. Just quiet support while you rest. For many older adults like Nora, strength isn't rebuilt in gyms or therapies. It's restored in small choices, in quiet habits, in something as simple as what you eat right before sleep. Let me know in the comments below. What's one small habit you've tried that's made a big difference for your health? One of those quiet habits could be as comforting as a warm drink before bed. Imagine a gentle bridge between your bones and muscles, built sip by sip. That's what happens when you drink low-fat milk. Calcium pillars strengthen your skeletal foundation, while slow-release casein protein nourishes muscle fibers as you rest. For those over 60, warm milk before bed isn't just comforting. It's a powerful ally in the fight against muscle loss, joint pain, and restless nights. Packed with casein, calcium, vitamin D, and tryptophan, it quietly fuels muscle repair, supports bone health, boosts immunity, and gently eases your body toward deeper, more restorative sleep. The real magic begins with turmeric, nature's golden anti-inflammatory agent. Curcumin, its active compound, tackles inflammation, the silent culprit behind muscle breakdown and aching joints. When combined with milk's protein, curcumin helps your body recover, rebuild, and rest deeply. A 2022 study published in Nutritional Neuroscience found that older adults who consumed this golden blend before bed improved overnight muscle protein synthesis by 32%, experienced less morning stiffness, reduced joint pain, and showed lower signs of muscle inflammation. This isn't folklore. It's science-backed relief in a cup. Making this soothing drink is simple. Warm 1 cup of milk, no boiling, just gentle heat. Stir in a 1/4 teaspoon of ground turmeric and a pinch of black pepper to boost absorption. Add a drop of honey if you like, but keep it light. Sip slowly about 30 minutes before bedtime. If dairy doesn't agree with you, plant-based milks like almond or oat can work too. Just choose ones fortified with calcium and enriched with protein. While these alternatives won't have as much casein, they still support muscles when paired with turmeric. This drink is more than the sum of its parts. The milk delivers slow, steady amino acids to nourish your muscles overnight. The turmeric reduces inflammation and eases joint discomfort. The warmth calms your nervous system, helping you drift into deep, restorative sleep. Remember, muscles don't grow during exercise. They rebuild while you rest, fueled by the nutrients you provide. A warm cup of milk with turmeric offers natural muscle repair, pain relief, and better sleep, all in one gentle ritual. If you want more simple, science-backed tips like this for living well as you age, Make sure to subscribe to Senior Wellness Tips. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you discover the quiet magic hidden in something as simple as almond butter. Imagine the quiet magic of a simple bedtime ritual. A spoonful of almond butter, soft and earthy, working silently while you sleep. It may look humble, but in that jar lies a powerful ally for your muscles, your sleep, and your strength. Meet Luke. At 68, he was waking up stiff, legs cramping, and experiencing restless nights. He figured it was just aging, until one evening, on a suggestion from his daughter, he tried a spoonful of almond butter before bed. Within days, things changed. The cramps eased, he started sleeping deeper, and most surprisingly, he woke up feeling stronger. So, what's happening in that spoon? Almond butter is rich in healthy fats that slow digestion, providing a steady trickle of energy throughout the night. This is critical because during sleep, your muscles are fasting, and without fuel, they break down. But the real star is magnesium. This underrated mineral relaxes tense muscles and calms your nervous system. It's the reason so many people, like Luke, sleep better and cramp less with just a tablespoon a night. Then there's plant-based protein, fueling gentle muscle repair, and vitamin E, an antioxidant powerhouse. It's like a nighttime repair team working quietly while you rest. Science backs it up. In 2020, researchers found that older adults who ate almond-based fat before bed retained 17% more nitrogen overnight, a key sign of muscle preservation. Even better, their cortisol, the stress hormone that eats away at muscle, dropped significantly. So yes, that spoonful? It's not just food. It's quiet defense. Just 1 tablespoon, about 30 minutes before bed. Eat it plain, or on whole grain toast, or with apple slices. But skip the sugary stuff. Natural almond butter is the one that works. It's easy to digest and gentle on the system, yet powerful. So tonight, as the house winds down and the lights go out, think of Luke and that quiet spoonful that helped him sleep deeper, move easier, and wake up feeling a little more like himself again. Because sometimes, real strength comes from the simplest rituals. If this video has helped you rethink your nighttime routine, please share it with a friend or family member who might also benefit. But if a humble spoonful of almond butter can work such quiet magic, what about another unassuming kitchen staple that's been quietly guarding muscles for generations? At first glance, it doesn't look like much, just a scoop of soft, lumpy cheese in a small bowl. But this humble food may be the most underrated ally for aging muscles. While you sleep, your body goes into repair mode, and unless it has the right fuel, it pulls what it needs from the muscles you've spent a lifetime building. That's where cottage cheese steps in, not as a trendy superfood, but as a quiet guardian. For many, sarcopenia, or age-related muscle loss, seems inevitable. You notice it climbing stairs, standing from a chair, or simply carrying groceries. Cottage cheese contains a slow-digesting protein called casein, different from the fast-acting whey. Casein doesn't flood your system. Instead, it drips amino acids steadily into your bloodstream over 6 to 8 hours. It's like setting up a slow, continuous drip of building blocks for your muscles, precisely when they need it most. A study published in the British Journal of Nutrition offered older adults a serving of casein before sleep. By morning, their rate of muscle protein synthesis had risen by 31%. That's not just maintenance. That's muscle building in the middle of the night without a single dumbbell in sight. This isn't a supplement. This is a real, whole food. Accessible, affordable, and surprisingly powerful. Start with just half a cup, 30 to 60 minutes before bed. If you're watching calories, stick to plain, low-fat options. Not a fan of the taste? A few banana slices, a dash of cinnamon, maybe a drizzle of honey, enough to soften the flavor without turning it into dessert. The natural sugars in fruit won't disturb your sleep, and bananas carry a bonus, potassium, which helps relax tight muscles. Add a spoonful of chia seeds for some extra fiber and omega-3s. Cottage cheese even contains tryptophan, the same amino acid found in turkey that helps lull the brain into rest. So while your muscles are rebuilding, your mind may also find it easier to wind down. It's gentle on the stomach, too. In the end, cottage cheese isn't flashy or new, but it quietly delivers exactly what your aging body needs night after night. If you've been waking up sore, stiff, or simply weaker than you remember, this old school snack may be your body's best kept secret. What's your favorite easy bedtime snack? Share your ideas in the comments section below. But here's the twist. What if the real reason you're not bouncing back overnight has nothing to do with food, and everything to do with sleep itself? For people like David, who hadn't slept through the night in over a year, stiffness and soreness weren't just about nutrition. They were about recovery being interrupted. And the solution? It came in the form of something surprisingly sour, deeply red, and backed by science. This next step might be exactly what your routine has been missing. He wasn't even looking for a solution anymore. But then one night, David stumbled on a comment that stopped him cold. Tart cherry juice knocked me out better than melatonin pills ever did. He was skeptical, but curious. The next morning, David found a bottle of 100% tart cherry juice, unsweetened. The first night? Not much. But by night 3, he slept deeper and woke up less stiff. After a week, his mornings were smoother. It didn't feel like a miracle, just a quiet shift. The truth behind it is science. Tart cherry juice, especially the Montmorency variety, contains two powerful allies, melatonin and anthocyanins. Melatonin signals your body it's time to sleep. Anthocyanins are plant pigments with strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. Together, they help you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and recover more fully, especially during deep sleep when muscles rebuild and growth hormone surges. And it's not anecdotal. A 2019 study followed adults over 50 who drank tart cherry juice before bed. After just a few weeks, they reported 33% less muscle soreness in the morning, improved sleep quality by 15%, and had higher levels of melatonin and antioxidants in their bloodstream. The secret? Reduced oxidative stress, a hidden culprit behind poor recovery, muscle loss, and sluggish mornings in older adults. You don't need much, just 4 to 6 ounces of 100% unsweetened tart cherry juice, taken 30 to 45 minutes before bed. Not the sweet kind. Not a juice blend. If the tartness is too much, mix it with water or lemon juice. David now calls it his nighttime tune-up. His joints feel looser, sleep comes easier, and his morning walks don't start with a groan. So if sleep has become shallow, or your body feels like it takes too long to bounce back, this might be the simplest, gentlest change you can make. No side effects, no dependency, just a small glass of something tangy that works quietly while you sleep. If you're interested in more natural remedies for better sleep, subscribe to our channel for future updates. But here's the question no one's asking. What if your muscles could keep healing, even while you sleep, not just by sleeping better, but by feeding them the right thing before bed? Not pills, not powders, just something simple, unexpected, even that's probably sitting in your pantry right now. Tuna in olive oil. It doesn't sound like a bedtime snack, but for seniors fighting to preserve muscle, this modest little pairing might be one of the most powerful tools you've never considered. Richard, 68, a retired Coast Guard, had always prided himself on his strength, but lately mornings had become a struggle. His shoulders ached, his legs felt slow. The long walks he loved were getting shorter. Then a friend mentioned something odd. Tuna. Not just any tuna. Tuna in olive oil. Richard laughed. "I'm not eating fish out of a can before bed," he said. But one restless night later, he gave it a try. Here's why it worked. Tuna is one of the leanest, most protein-dense whole foods you can eat. Each bite is packed with complete, high-quality protein, especially leucine. As we've discussed, as we age, our bodies become less efficient at using leucine. We need more of it just to get the same repair. That makes foods like tuna essential. But here's the real secret. The olive oil. The healthy monounsaturated fats in olive oil slow digestion. They help those amino acids from the tuna stay in your bloodstream longer, feeding your muscles steadily through the night, when most of the repair actually happens. And it's not just theory. A 2020 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who ate high-protein, omega-3 rich foods like tuna and olive oil before bed saw a 34% greater increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis than those who ate low-fat versions or nothing at all. They also reported less soreness, better vitamin D absorption, and improved inflammation levels. The prep couldn't be simpler. Scoop out half a can of tuna in olive oil. Eat it as is, or with a few cucumber slices. Just skip the mayo. Heavy sauces can slow digestion and disrupt sleep. Tuna is also one of the richest natural sources of leucine, more than chicken, eggs, or tofu. And when you're over 60, leucine isn't just helpful, it's necessary to hold the line against sarcopenia. Richard didn't feel a dramatic change the first night, but after a week, his mornings felt different. Less groaning, less tightness. His walks stretched longer again. It wasn't magic, just smart fuel at the right time. So the next time your muscles feel tired at dawn, think of this. A quiet ritual from the sea, a forkful of strength. One small decision that lets your body rebuild while you rest. Comment below if you've tried tuna before bed and what your experience was. But if you think that's where the story ends, think again. Because sometimes the simplest solutions are the ones we overlook the most. You wouldn't expect something as straightforward as a shake to protect your body from one of the toughest challenges of aging. Yet here it is, not a trendy detox, not packed with exotic powders or superfoods, but something far more powerful and surprisingly underestimated. A scoop of whey protein. Now, if your first thought is, "Isn't that for gym buffs?" You're not alone. Most people think of protein shakes as something teenagers chug after lifting weights. But for people over 60, whey protein has a completely different purpose, one that has nothing to do with bulging biceps and everything to do with keeping your independence. After 60, your body becomes less efficient at rebuilding muscle, even if you eat well. That loss of strength, called sarcopenia, isn't just frustrating. It can quietly affect everything. Your balance, your energy, even the confidence to walk without fear of falling. That's where whey protein steps in. Unlike other proteins, whey is fast-absorbing and rich in all 9 essential amino acids. But what makes it especially powerful is its high level of leucine. As we've discussed, leucine is like a key that unlocks the door to muscle growth. Without enough of it, your body can't activate the muscle repair process. Your leucine threshold goes up with age. You need more of it, and more precisely timed, just to get the same repair you used to get from a basic meal. That's why scientists began testing when protein works best. A clinical trial published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition gave adults over 65 a 40-gram whey protein shake before bed. No exercise routine, No gym involved. Just the shake. The results? A 22% increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis, stronger legs, better balance, reduced breakdown markers in the blood, all from what they did while they slept. Because during deep sleep, your body does something miraculous. It releases growth hormone and IGF-1 compounds essential for muscle repair. Whey provides that missing material efficiently, gently, and in a form that's easy to digest. To try it yourself, just mix 1 scoop of high-quality whey isolate with water or unsweetened almond milk about 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Keep it simple, light, and easy on the gut. No sugar. No fancy mix-ins. If you're lactose sensitive, don't worry, whey isolate or hydrolyzed whey are filtered to remove most of the lactose, so they're gentler and still highly effective. This isn't about getting bigger. It's about staying stronger. It's about preserving what matters most: your ability to move, to lift, to live on your own terms. One small habit, a few quiet seconds in the evening, and the strength to keep going, even when you're fast asleep. By adding these foods to your bedtime routine, you're giving your muscles the overnight support they need, fighting breakdown, boosting repair, and helping you stay strong and independent. But here's the thing, what you do in the morning can completely undo all that progress without you even realizing it. There are a few seemingly healthy breakfast choices that might actually be setting your muscles back, making cramps worse, and draining your energy for the rest of the day. Most people have no idea they're doing it wrong. So before you take your next bite in the morning, make sure you know which common foods to avoid. It's the next step in protecting your strength, and trust me, this one's a game changer. Let's head there now and fix what might be quietly working against you.